I'm in Ostrolenka in Poland. Just did my Sunday run. It's a bit of a misty morning. It was cold when I started, but I ain't cold anymore. Oh, I haven't filmed much after the night out in the nightclub. Due to the fact that yesterday pretty much nothing happened. But I had this plan of doing a thing about it, because most of you know I've been off the drink for a while now. It's not that I'm off the drink, it's just I'm not drinking hardly ever. But on the Christmas Day we had a few glasses in the house, and then I had a few glasses of some very strange Spanish wine, which seriously tasted like a watered down version of a wine. I had this big plan of doing a thing about hangovers and how to kind of prove the point why I don't drink so much anymore. But the thing is that I had a tiny bit of headache in the morning, but apart from that I didn't actually have a hangover. Everybody else was dying because they drank a lot more than I did, and everybody else was kind of sneaking in for a snooze, and I was still editing vlogs and writing blog posts and doing all my usual stuff, so I was fine. And as to the running, this kind of seems to be, I'm discovering this emotional roller coaster rides in this thing, and maybe there's something more to dig into that and talk about in the future. But yeah, there's definitely a phase of when you start to run, you feel like not running at all. Then you feel like, then the first 10 minutes into it is like, it's not going to happen. You're gonna crash. But then you get past a certain point and you just keep on moving, and it's a great feeling. It's the other thing I've noticed is that because I committed to running outside, I didn't want to do it inside on a treadmill or a gym or anything like that. I find that I'm outside at least 3 days a week. I'm spending nearly an hour outside moving, getting in oxygen, and it's amazing how you don't even notice it, that how little time you spend outside these days, and how big of a difference even those 3 hours a week makes to me, like how much more positive my outlook on everything is. I highly recommend it. Now, I know running isn't for everybody. I used to walk a lot, but now I'm loving the running. We're today in Ostrolenka, and tomorrow I think we're heading back to Warsaw. So I'm going to try to film today some stuff from Ostrolenka. We got loads of the cool things planned in Warsaw, so now I need to get a shower and some breakfast into me, and then I'm going to go and play with the kids, because I'm a big kid deep inside. There's a bit of a family situation happening in the house. Some relatives decided to pop in unannounced, so there's a bit of a panic and hustle and bustle. So me and Peter decided to run away, as decent son-in-laws would always do in these kind of situations. Get out of the way, be less of a trouble, and we're going to go and try to capture some of the beauty of a city known as Ostrolenka. Thank you, Peter.
Down this old country road, about a mile or so, there's a little wooden house you used to call.
As is coming at this time of the year, there's a bit of a flu bug going around. I'm okay, but my girlfriend is sick as a dog. She's a bit like Monica in that episode of Friends when she's fine. And kids are a little bit sniffly as well. I think they realised sounded a bit sniffly this morning as well, so we'll see. So Peter's in the pharmacy behind me, getting some medicine for everybody and making sure that we are prepared for the war. Hold us to lights.
Tak, weźmy jeszcze tam.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Excellent. I remember the Avalon Club. This is in a daylight. There you go. And now we're entering the old town.
When the storms came down hard, I read most homes apart. Now there ain't much work around, most folks move out of town.
So
You packed your bags and
here is the living president of Ostrolenka.
Nice house.
you packed your bags and left to the city far away. You never felt much like home, but at least you made your wage.
That is the old.
There ain't no reason left to stay sober anymore.
I remember that church.
Yeah.
We were there, I think it was the first Christmas I was here. We were there on Christmas, is it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Christmas Eve.
And this it is we put it on that is
Protected.
old, yeah.
It's beautiful. I've been inside of it. Take my word for it.
And
it's
a few
beautiful.
years ago it was burned.
There
Oh,
ain't
really?
no reason left to
That's why
stay
it's
sober
renovated.
anymore.
That kind of
Yeah.
No one's waiting by the door, keeping his bed warm. He's lost his darling wife and his only child to the big city lights.
Big battle in Ostrolenka.
There's a big battle here
Yeah.
in Ostrolenka.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know when?
General. General?
Yeah.
English general.
Yeah, general.
Yeah. I showed the place where it was the battle.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Bem.
Ken Joseph Bem.
General Joseph Bem.
Cool. Have a really cool cannon here. Old school. And here behind me is the city hall.
What?
Is this town hall or city hall or that building?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has a nice little Christmassy lighting going on there at the moment. Nice building. It's a nice little square with a park in it.
You broke your old man's heart as he watched you wave. But through the window of the train as he carried you away. Call home every Sunday, said you'd drop by one of these days.
That's the local McDonald's. The thing I like about it is that it's outside the town, across the river, on the other side.
And Mama left a long time ago, no friend for a wounded soul. You packed your bags and left to the city far away. You never felt much like home, but at least you made your wage. There ain't no reason left to stay sober anymore. No one's waiting by the door, keeping his bed warm. He's lost his darling wife and his only child.
There is, that way is Madury.
Lakeside.
Yeah, lakeside. And a little bit that way it will be the seaside. There, Warsaw.
We never drive that way.
Because I don't like that way. There's a lot of police and they give tickets.
Right.
And they have a
26th of May, 1831. There was a battle here.
Napoleon? Would it?
The French were here.
Everyone backed their backs and left to some city far away. That house wasn't much home for the rest of his days. There There ain't no reason left to stay sober anymore. No one's waiting by the door or keeping his bed warm. He's lost his darling wife and his only child to the big city lights. There ain't no reason left to stay sober anymore. No one's waiting by the door or keeping his bed warm. He's lost his darling wife and his only
This is a
child.
dodgy part of the town, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's named Pekin, and here lives are people which don't have money for renting.
Yeah, it's like a government social, yeah.
And here is an old hospital.
Yeah. Years back, Jacob, the girl's brother, younger brother, was in an accident, and he spent a Christmas in that hospital. We were just coming over when he got a phone call, hit by a woman who was typical style, just before Christmas, rushing. She was in a rush, and she skipped on the inside lane and hit a child who was crossing pedestrian crossing because she was in a rush. So yeah, we don't think very highly of that woman. She's an idiot. You're never in that much of a rush that you need to start jeopardizing other people's lives. Here's the flats.
Yeah, my old neighborhood.
Peter used to live here.
It was funny. Sometimes.
Funny. This is then the posh part of the town.
Now it's almost city center.
Yeah, they built a big shopping center that kind of bridged the empty space between this part of the town and the center of Ostrolenka. So this is actually becoming a I'm sure the property prices have gone up in here because of that. Like it's a pretty up and coming neighborhood. It's a good place to be. So that concludes our tour of Ostrolenka for now. Thank you, Peter. And we'll talk to you later.